darling heart, and welcome to this episode of the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to see that drinking less doesn't need to be stressful, lonely, or dull. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I decided to have a year alcohol-free as a little life experiment and haven't looked back. I'm now a best-selling author, expert speaker, corporate workshop facilitator, and life coach. I'm here to support you with your alcohol-free or drink less adventures. To keep up to date, be sure to follow me on Instagram at drinklesslivebetter and head to the website drinklesslivebetter.com, where you will be able to sign up to the 5-day Drink Less experiment, find blog posts, and you can choose to join the email club where I share resources, wisdom, insights, and glimmers of hope and joy. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let's get straight to it. Things You'll Never Hear Me Say, Part 7. I've heard it all before. It goes in the same things you'll never hear me say bag as, if I can do it, anyone can. You've got this. There's no need to cry. Why would you do that? And you can't shock me. Things I'll never say. Settle in and let me tell you why you won't catch me saying I've heard it all before anytime soon. People are endlessly fascinating. You might think you've heard every story under the sun, but then someone decides to spill the beans about their secret life working in security in central London during the early 2000s. They tell you celebrity tales that would make your ears bleed. I mean, whoever would have seen that coming? Not me. Just when you think you've got the script of life worked out, someone or something flips you to a completely new chapter and you're left there with your jaw on the floor. It turns out that even if you say, I've heard it all before, you almost certainly haven't. Maybe it's choosing to stop drinking, a career change, a new relationship, or discovering a hidden talent for interpretive dance. I get it. We all have our moments of thinking we know it all. But here's the thing. Life has a sneaky way of throwing curveballs at us when we least expect it. Someone comes along with a story or piece of wisdom that rocks your world. So why shut the door on the possibility of being surprised, enlightened, or downright amazed? Now, I'm not saying every tale or idea that comes my way is a game changer. Some stories might be as old as the hills or as predictable as Monday morning traffic, but there's often a twist, a unique perspective, or a personal touch that makes even the seemingly mundane worth hearing. And guess what? That's what makes my life interesting. Think about it this way. If you've genuinely heard it all before, you're probably living in some alternate reality where time stands still and reruns are the main attraction. In the real world, where change is the only constant, there's always something new to learn, discover, or ponder over. So why not embrace the uncertainty and enjoy the delightful surprise that comes with not knowing it all? Besides, being open to new tales and perspectives is a fantastic way to connect with people. You never know when that quirky anecdote or bizarre fact might be the catalyst for a new friendship or hilarious shared joke with someone. By staying receptive, you're not just opening your mind, you're opening doors to unexpected connection and shared laughter. And let's talk about personal growth for a second. If you're stuck in the I've heard it all before mindset, you're essentially slamming the door on opportunities for self-improvement. Growth happens when we stretch our comfort zones, challenge our assumptions, and expose ourselves to fresh ideas. Saying goodbye to that overused phrase is like giving yourself permission to evolve and become the next best version of you. So much of life's richness comes from its unpredictability. I've heard it all before implies a certain level of arrogance. It's like acting as if you're some all-knowing sage who's seen and heard everything the universe has to offer. Well, newsflash, none of us is that person. We're all just moving through this life together, and the best part is that nobody has all the answers. There will always be another story waiting round the corner, a tale of triumph, heartbreak, or a hilarious mishap. I'm here for all the stories, listening every single time as if it's new and interesting. Who would want to be able to claim I've heard it all before? Life is too short. I want to be that person with wide open eyes and a wide open heart. So here's to never saying I've heard it all before. May our stories always be fresh, our adventures joyful, and our mornings clear-headed and hangover-free. I say, tell me more. I'm all ears. Thank you for listening in today. Come back again next week. I'd massively appreciate it if you could subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Well, if you love it, obviously. If you don't love it, you wouldn't still be listening, so I think I'm safe asking for your support at this point. Check out the show notes for a link to a hidden podcast episode that will help you with your 5 p.m. cravings and details about my one-to-one life coaching and sober coaching programs. And P.S. I believe in you.